Greetings students, Beta class 7. We are discussing chapter 3 of civics, that is how the state government works. So here we are discussing about some health problem in our state, and the different MLAs, they are giving their point of view in the legislative assembly, state legislative assembly. So yesterday we have discussed about MLA 1, MLA 2, MLA 3. So we are to start from MLA 4. Okay, so let's start with MLA 4. So where it is? Yes. So MLA 4. Okay. So MLA 4 also we have discussed here. The MLA 4, that is from the ruling party. And is telling that the health facilities, they are the government is providing health facilities to the people, like water tankers have been put on duty, and then ORS packets are also being distributed among the people, and the government is doing everything that is possible for the people. So MLA 5, we have very poor families in our hospitals. There are hospitals that do not have a doctor, and no medical staff has been appointed for the last few years. In another hospital, the doctor has gone on a long leave. This is a shame. I think the situation is going from bad to worse. How are we going to ensure that ORS packets reach all families in the affected areas? So MLA 5 is also telling that the health conditions are poor, because in some of the hospitals medical staff is not available, and in other the doctors, they are on leave, and the people, they are not given any kind of services, and the poor people, they are suffering a lot. And then he's saying that we cannot say that the ORS packets are reaching all the families. Now next, the opposition members are unnecessarily blaming the government. The previous government did not pay any attention to sanitation. We have now taken up a drive to clear the garbage that has been lying around for years. So then MLA 6 is from the ruling party. He is pointing out the opposition party, that the opposition party is blaming the government unnecessarily, and the present government is doing its best. It was the previous government that did not take any attention towards the sanitization, and now there is garbage all around, and the present government is trying to remove it from the surroundings. So the cleaning drive has been started from the side of the government. Next, see, in the earlier section you have read about a debate in the legislative assembly. The members were debating the action taken or not taken by the government. This is because the MLAs are together responsible for the work of government. In common usage, the word government refers to government departments and various ministers who head them. Hanji. So underline these lines up to here. Okay. So what is government? Government, it refers to government departments and various ministers who head them. So here we discussed that how the different MLAs, they debated related to the issue, and discuss the actions taken by the government, and the weaknesses even. And it is done because MLAs, they are responsible for the working of the government. So then we discussed what is government. It is a group of all the government departments and various ministers who head them. Okay. The overall head is the chief minister. So who is the head of the government? Chief minister. Uh, More correctly, this is called the executive part of the government. So this he is the executive head of the government. All the MLAs who together, who gather together in the legislative assembly are called the legislature. Hanji. So what is legislature? Hanji. All the MLAs who gather together in the legislative assembly are called legislature. Means all the MLAs all together they make legislature. They are the ones who authorize and supervise their work. As we saw in the earlier section, it is from among them that the head of the executive or the chief minister is formed. So this we have discussed earlier also. So we have discussed what is government. This is it refers to the group of different various these MLAs, government departments and various ministers who head them, means the ministers. So then legislature, all the MLAs who gather together or get together in the legislatures, they make get together in the legislative assembly. They are called legislature. Hanji, and they all work together. And chief minister is the executive head of the government, state government. Next, working of the government. The legislative assembly is not the one place where opinions are expressed about the work of the government and action is demanded. You will find newspapers, TV channels, and other organizations regularly talking about the government. In a democracy, there are various ways through which people express their views and also take action. Let us look at one such way. So, if we talk about working of government, it is not only the legislative assembly where the work of the government is discussed, but there are other various places where this work is being done. Then let us discuss all other places where the work of the government is discussed. Hanji. So soon after the discussion in the assembly, there was a press conference organized by the uh, health minister. Large numbers of people from different newspapers were present. The minister and some government officials were also present. The minister explained the steps the government had taken. Reporters asked many questions at this meeting. These discussions were then reported in different newspapers. The following page has one such report. So, the legislative assembly is not only the one place where these discussions are done, there are many other places too. So, after the discussion in the legislative assembly, there was a press conference out. So, when the ministers move out, the reporters from different newspapers they were called over there, and the health minister he organized that press conference, and large number of people from different newspapers were present there, and the minister and some government officials they were also present in the meeting. So the minister explained the steps taken by the government. Then the newspaper reporters, they asked many questions from the health minister. He answered all the questions and told the reporters whatever the steps are being taken, and all this discussion was reported in different newspapers the next day. So one such a report is given here. this report we will discuss in the next class. So see here, whatever the beta from here you people can understand that whatever decisions are taken by the government, these are brought in limelight by the press, uh, by the media. So if the government it does anything wrong, then the media points it out, and bring in front of the common people. So it works as a check on the government. So this is all for today, and rest of the chapter we will discuss in the next class. Have a great day.